What is up, Freedom Street Garage? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. We're here with another treat. This is our 2022 Hellcat Charger, and you can see the color is this magnificent Smokeshow gray. We're here with our head mechanic, Esparza, our guru of muscle cars. What do you think of this thing, man?
I think it's incredible. This car has everything you would want in a custom car, but it came that way from the factory with warranty. Dodge is really ahead of the curve. I think this is the last year we're gonna be able to get a Hellcat. However,
This is the last
year.
Yeah, rest in peace.
But credit where credit's due. The Hellcat is responsible for like the modern horsepower wars, I would say. Dodge stepped it up with this, and then it just made everyone else try and catch up. So although, you know, the common thing is, oh, this is a boat. Man, this is a speedboat.
It's a speedboat. And I don't know about you, but I like speedboats, man.
I like speedboats. It's a big car. You know, there's no getting around that, but that's kind of the appeal. You have like a big luxury car, 4 doors. You feel safe in this thing, but it just has all the power.
All the power you could need, and tons of aftermarket support as well.
Tons of aftermarket support.
And speaking of turning it up, should we just dive right into under the hood?
Yeah, let's do it.
And I'll go ahead and open that up, and we can see what we've got under there. Because, like I said, turning it up, you know,
Right.
we might have done a little bit of that to this one here.
Yeah, so nothing too wild, but a few bolt-ons. So of course our go-to is the CORSA intake.
Yeah.
Really killer carbon fiber looking intake there.
Absolutely stunning. And, you know, it gives us a lot more of the sounds that we all love. That supercharger whine, it puts it right in your face.
Yep.
A little bit more response from the throttle. And we complemented it with a MagnaFlow X-Mods exhaust. Thank you, MagnaFlow, because with that exhaust, this thing, the sounds that it makes are just outrageous, and it integrates a lot of really good features that the car comes with,
Right.
such as the valved exhaust,
Right.
that allows you to change the sound of the car with the different modes that are in your performance screen. So
Such a cool exhaust. There is a video on that, so if you want to know more about the X-Mods exhaust, just check that video out. So beyond that, the stock Hellcat engine, this is the tried and true formula. They've been in cars for a while now. This is a 6.2 liter. This is not like a normal Hemi. The Hellcat engines are a little bit special in the bottom end. They have oil squirters, a few more forged parts. There's a long list of things. I'm sure if you guys really dive deep into this, you'll find that it is a special short block to handle the supercharger. But that's what makes it special and reliable. And just like that power level, I mean, we've joked around, like when you drive this car, everything else seems kind of slow afterwards.
Absolutely, man. It seems like it's got some really good bearings because, you know, you get on it a little and this thing's just moving.
Yeah.
You know, and not to mention that massive supercharger up top. This is a 2.4 liter twin screw supercharger. The displacement is bigger than a lot of cars' entire engine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So having that beast sitting up top, you know, that really adds some power to this thing. And it also looks the part, you know?
Yeah.
You can tell that there's something serious going on here. They designed it so that you can see everything. You see the engine, not much plastic going on.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I love that about it. Why not show it off? I mean, it's a supercharged Hemi. I mean, how many other cars have the heritage to be able to capitalize?
Exactly. That's what we're talking about here is the heritage, you know? And once again, you know, Dodge made this. Ford and Chevy fell in place. We've got the Shelby, the ZL1, and, you know, all these high horsepower supercharged rear wheel drive V8 cars. And personally, I love it. And this is one of the best ones. And this is what truly started it all.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We're blessed that we're living in an era where all these like top tier performance muscle cars are out. But like you said, I think a lot of the credit is due to where it all started. This seemed outrageous.
It did. It
seemed outrageous a few years ago when they first started putting this engine in cars. But now it's like, it's the benchmark.
It is. And honestly, I still think about it and I'm like, you know, this is pretty outrageous. You know, 700 horsepower.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
650 horsepower and, you know, turn it up with a couple of bolt-ons, you know, and a tune.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And it looked amazing. You guys took it out to Radford Racing.
Yeah, Lindsay and Jimmy, they had it out at Radford and they got to slide it around a bit at Radford's track.
Yeah, there's some cool footage.
Very cool footage, guys. So make sure to check that stuff out. And we got some fresh tires on it, of course. And you know, the tires that were on it, we had to roast them. We weren't just going to throw them away. So we've got some fresh meats on this thing. They're Pirellis, and we went ahead and put some 335s in the rear, guys. And that's about as wide as that's going to fit on this car right now without it rubbing too badly. And speaking of tires, we've got some new wheels on this car as well. Do you want to talk a little bit about these American Racing wheels?
Yeah.
Esparza?
So we're always looking to upgrade the wheel and tire package. And with this one, we worked with a good partner, American Racing, and that kind of ties a lot back into the heritage of this being a muscle car. American Racing torque thrust wheels is something you see ubiquitously on an older muscle car. But what they did is they redesigned that classic 5-spoke, and they brought it up to modern standards with modern finishes and modern fitments too. This thing has this has a 20 by 12 inch wide rear wheel. So a 12, I mean, that's a foot wide.
Dude, 20 by 12. That's pretty outrageous.
That's some meat. But the wide body, it fits just perfectly. And then to accentuate the stance too, this thing has a full Eibach lowering kit on it.
Yep, we've got the Eibach lowering springs in this thing. It brings the car down about an inch, a little over an inch. And once it settles in, it really gives the car an extremely nice stance over the factory look, because let's be honest, dude, these things are monster trucks from the factory.
Yeah.
Wheel gap was probably about this big.
Yeah.
And we went ahead and, you know, tightened up that gap to give it that nice clean look. And, you know, the wide body, 3.5 inches wider on each side.
Yeah.
Just, it's a given to lower these cars.
Yeah.
You know, unless you're going to take it rallying.
Well, yeah, I don't know if this is the best car to rally, but it's definitely got that hunkered down look now, which it just looks killer. The bronze wheels, you know, we had a lot of options. The Smokeshow gray kind of lends itself to almost any color.
It does.
So the bronze was kind of outside the box for us, but we ended up loving it. So if you guys like these.
Exactly.
Honestly, the luxury of the interior is what stands out a lot.
Definitely.
You know, a lot of people have seen the inside of these cars. They haven't changed too much, but it's really good. And this demonic red sets it off for me.
Definitely, yeah. We've had, you know, Alcantara over Laguna on other Hellcats, but I think the solid red seats, they just look, you know, demonic.
Yeah.
This interior, like you said, not much has changed, but, you know, you don't really need to change something that's perfect, you know? And it still features all the stuff that, you know, a modern muscle car should, such as line lock and launch control.
Yeah.
It gives you all your performance pages so that you can actually take this thing racing. It wants you to take it racing. It's blood, you know? It's built into the car.
Right.
So,
I love that. That's, I mean, like line lock from the factory.
Yeah.
You know, it's just another thing that these cars kind of set the precedent for, having those performance options like that. Usually, you know, you'd have to go in and do a lot of modifications to a car to get it to do what this car does.
And people do that.
Right.
People do that all the time. But this car comes with it, guys. And, you know, you can accelerate in this thing, you know, mercilessly.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to get a ticket in one of these.
The 8-speed automatic, everything, the way the interior is set up, how quiet these cars are. You can be cruising down the road well over the speed limit and you hardly notice it because they're so smooth. You know, they're great for like open highways.
Exactly.
That's just, it's crazy how sometimes you have to look down at the speedo because you don't even realize there's so much power there that you don't even have to be fully on throttle and you're probably going to be going triple-digit speeds, really.
Exactly.
Super luxurious interior, 4 doors, big back seat. You can put a lot of people in here and it'll go fast.
Exactly.
But like I said, big car and big power. We're gonna walk our way to the back and look at a few custom touches there. Mainly that exhaust. You can really see that exhaust.
Exactly. Once again, touching on that MagnaFlow exhaust, from the factory, the tips are not very aggressive. They leave a bit to be desired. They're a little bit, you know, sunken in. And the MagnaFlow X-Mod system has the carbon fiber tips, which are not only larger, but they stick out a bit further, just tying in the aggressive look of this car, you know, making it look the part even better.
Really cool finish on those, and the sound.
The sound, I think we should...
Let's fire it up. Let's hear this thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so tons of cool features. We didn't want to make this video like just basically reading the window sticker. You know, everybody knows how, you know, feature packed these cars are.
Exactly.
But we wanted to touch on a few things that we did to make this one even that much more special. After hearing that exhaust, I mean, we don't need to talk anymore. This thing speaks for itself, right?
Exactly. That's one of my favorite parts of this car. It just basically takes what this car already does best and it just amplifies it.
Yep.
And allows the sound to, you know, just be heard better. It's like having a really good trumpet. You know, some really good pipes, some really good brass, you know, and
Yep.
guys, we've done all this work just to give this car away to one of you lucky people. So if you want to win this Smokeshow Gray Hellcat Charger, all you got to do is head over to freedomstreetgarage.com, claim your entries because you can be winning this car. We could be calling you to fly out to San Diego and claim the red key to this beast.